the Traditional Medicine Practitioners Council says its investigations have revealed that physiotherapists found to have sexually been abusing his clients, and the licensed sex predator documentary was operating with a forged license. The owner of Nature's Hand Therapeutic Center, Jonathan Ohenin-Kunim, who claims to be a neuromuscular specialist and a physiotherapist, told desperate women with various health conditions that they needed to be sexually aroused before they could be treated. Manasseh Azura Winnie of the Fourth Estate, who exposed the activities of Jonathan Ohenin-Kunim, said the suspect revealed he had hundreds of patients. Let's watch this excerpt from the documentary.
When I do it continuously, I get sexually unstable.
He starts by massaging and inserts his entire hand in my vagina. And sometimes I felt his hand in my womb.
I think I'm not the first victim, according to the rumor I heard. I believe that is something probably he does to innocent women or wives, people who come seeking medical attention.
And it's random. It's not like every woman I see.
He came inside and then he hugged me. Then things got more intense. He was touching me, kissing my back, fondling my butt, and trying to find his way inside my vagina.
I noticed that he was actually massaging my buttocks and inserting his fingers into my vagina. The next I knew, it was his penis.
It comes to me as a surprise. I am not aware of any, condition, and in this case, it's a lumbar spondylosis. I am not aware of any such condition that would require the patient to be sexually aroused before treatment can be administered. No, it is a surprise.
Things go on, so I'm really, really surprised.
You're saying it's not true?
If you tell it to be true, I should be in jail by now.
In 2018, Ifwa, a 30-year-old banker, not her real identity, was introduced to a specialist when she and her husband needed a child. The couple had suffered a traumatic loss and hoped this specialist would help restore their joy.
We have here Dr. Jonathan Ohenin-Kunim of the Nature's Hand Therapeutic Center at Ibadan. Doc, welcome to the show.
Initially, I was kind of reluctant since I didn't really know how he used to operate. I decided to give it a try. I was there at the clinic, and actually, he doesn't do the normal diagnosis that you'll be asked to do a lab and those things. He actually has a way. He checks, I don't know whether your pulse or something behind your palm, which looks strange, but that's how he's able to tell if you have a condition or not. He said he learned it in China.
There's the back of the hand, and it has like 360 points.
Okay.
There, so if I want to check there, so I want to check how you sleep, so I check the pulse and the nerve points. And
Okay, so what are you checking now?
I'm checking your sleep ratio, actually.
My sleep ratio?
Yes.
Okay, and?
4 hours, 35 minutes, give or take 10 minutes.
Yesterday?
Yes, last night to this morning.
This guy's a prophet. No, I didn't sleep early. I stayed up late because I was working on a script. So.
And today your eating has been a bit off. You've taken a lot of water, which is good, but your eating is...
Yes, I've taken a lot of water today. Yes. And I've just eaten once, something very little.
Okay. Okay. But all in all, you have a very good pulse. Your heart is very, very good.
My heart is good.
Very, very circulation.
Is a liar.
I won't say 100%, but some were kind of accurate, so. And he mentioned that I had a problem with my cervix and that kind of thing. So I needed to do a procedure which would help me to conceive once therapy had been done. I asked what the therapy was about, and he said he had to insert like a probe into my reproductive vagina, let me put it that way. Sort of manipulate certain things there before I would be able to conceive.
Ifwa was not comfortable with the procedure, but it is said that a woman in labor does not hide her private parts from the birth attendant. She was in dire need of a child and had to give in to the requirements of the treatment despite her misgivings about the specialist and the discomfort involved in the procedure.
According to him, before the procedure has to be done, you need to, if you're with your partner has to get you aroused so that your cervix can open. It also sounded strange to me, but I was like, okay, I also want a baby. And if this is what the doctor is saying, of course I need to give it a try.
The facility was not conducive for Ifwa to be aroused by her husband, but as I later found out, that prescription was a bait, a trap which Jonathan Ohinin Kunim employed in order to violate women who visited his facility. Once the woman could not be aroused, he would then take over that responsibility.
He inserted something like a probe, I don't know what it was, into me, and he kept doing his own thing there. So at a point, he would ask my partner that he probably should go and buy ice block or something. And I realized that it's more like, though he didn't penetrate, it was more like he was trying to have sex with me, trying to play with me. He was trying to play with me down there, getting me aroused, and I wasn't feeling comfortable.
Well, spokesperson for the Traditional Medicine Practice Council, Numo Blafo, says the public should volunteer information on quack practitioners for actions. He joins us live with more on this. Good morning to you, Numo. So, at what point did you become aware of the activities of Jonathan?
Oh, good morning, my brother. Hello?
Yes, good morning. I'm asking, at what point did you become aware of Jonathan's activities?
Well, since May, we've been on him. Actually, we realized he had a certificate or license which wasn't in line with what we issue here. Because we came across a license he was having, which has a number that was actually issued to someone else. So in May, we closed this place and withdrew that license. Actually, we requested of him because, one, we know him in our system as somebody who is, we will refer to him as the doctor. That is a traditional doctor. That's someone who uses herbal medicine to treat patients. Now, we realize that he is using alternative doctor. That is like people who are like the homeopath and all that, which we realized that the certificate or the license it was holding was already issued to someone else. So we withdrew that license and then closed up his facility. That was in May. And then we asked him to do a regularization by bringing documents that shows that, yes, he has done the courses that will qualify him to be an alternative doctor. Actually, he produced some documents, and yes, his license was regularized.
So essentially, you regularized his licenses?
We regularized the license to be an alternative doctor.
All right, so were you aware of what he was doing to some of his clients?
We weren't aware that he was actually mistreating his patients. All we knew that he was providing health care for people or patients who go to him for such, care. So, you see, we are also being minded with the issue that, yes, traditional medicine is growing in the country, and we need to encourage, either the clients or even the practitioners to do more. So we weren't in any kind of way antagonistic with him. All we were trying to do is that, yes, if he says he has qualified to be an alternative doctor, he must just produce documents that shows that, yes, he has gone through the process, he has gone through certain training which will qualify him. And you see, he came through an association. That is the Ghana Alternative Medicine Practitioners Association, GAMPA. He came through that association, and we are of the hope, or we have the belief that when you come through the association would have vetted you already. I hope you get my what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. Yeah.
Yes.
But essentially, you're saying that once you've given the person the license, you can't be bothered about, checking on him to see how he's carrying out his activities.
No, we inspect inspected the facility, and actually what he said he was doing, yes, that's what we saw. But what has come out of this,
documentary,
the investigation, is different from what we saw. I would say it was on our blind side.
All right.
Yes.
So knowing, from
immediate, hello.
Yes. So from now that we know that there are people who can take the license and engage in such nefarious activities, is that going to change the way you go about vetting and monitoring people who are members of your association?
You see, the person himself is already under police investigation. Per what we found out, he is already under police investigation. And you see, human beings as we are, people will come, they will present a very good face. But behind doors or closed doors, who knows what they do? You understand? Because in fact, even if we go there today and he's operating, for example, you wouldn't see what the investigation has actually revealed. So it is our hope that, yes, such more investigations will go on so that we will be able to weed out this.
Right, unfortunately, we seem to have lost Numo Blafo there, but he was taking us through the processes and how they have encountered Mr. Nkunim as a practitioner and how they, at some point, stopped his practice and asked him to regularize his operations. They're saying that they found out he was operating with someone else's license. They got him to regularize it and resume his operations. But of course, they were unaware of some of these issues that have been revealed in the Licensed Sex Predator documentary. He's back on air now. Thank you once again, Mr. Blafo, for joining us. So the point I'm just trying to make is the
But then, behind closed doors, who knows what he does? So if we don't get such reports, how would we know what the person is doing?
All right. So now that we know that these things can go on, I'm just asking.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Blafo. Numo Blafo, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm asking, now that we know that these things, the things have been revealed, some things have been revealed in this Licensed Sex Predator documentary, will that change or inform the way you go about vetting members of your association, or things remain as they are?
No. In fact, we are stepping up since May. As I've told you before, since May, we've stepped up our inspection exercises because we cannot leave things to chance. So we've been doing routine inspection of facilities where we come unexpected, because sometimes when we inform them that we are coming, before we get there, they will settle everything, that we will go and see it nicely. Yeah. But now we go unannounced. So we are on it. And in fact, as I'm speaking to you now, we have a lot of such people we are prosecuting in court around the country.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. How about you trying to get to doing some mystery shopping? And apart from mystery shopping, also engaging some of the clients. So you can pick some clients of your members and, ask them questions, interview them randomly.
The issue is that we wouldn't know who and who goes to which place or what place. That's the issue. You understand?
All right.
Because it will be difficult for us to identify somebody, whether he or she uses or attends any of these, our traditional medicine practitioners.
Yeah.
But then, if someone has any experience, that is what we are encouraging, that they should report to us. Because, you see, we have ethics that the practitioners should abide with. And this guy, in fact, the investigation has revealed that he's breached about 4 of such of the ethics.
What are some of these ethics he breached?
Okay, for example, Section 1 of our Code of Ethics and Standards of Practice for Traditional and Alternative Medicine. Section 1, Article Article 16 says that traditional medicine practitioners shall refrain from all acts of indiscipline, including drunkenness, smoking, immorality, abuse of drugs, and pilfering in the course of performing their duties. In fact, it goes further to say that as a practitioner, you should be able to actually inform the patient on the form of treatment of any ailment whatsoever, either physical or spiritual. He or she shall also avoid sexual harassment in the course of duty. You see, clients shall be exposed or undressed in a manner deemed decent, only in the presence of a relative or a chaperone. So, if he, the practitioner, has gone beyond to the extent of even nakeding a lady and going further to have sexual intercourse with the person, it is not part of the treatment.
All right.
You understand?
All right.
So for that matter alone, the council has gone ahead to close his facility and revoked his license. Then, now the police or the CID will do the further criminal side of the prosecution.
All right.
But we are ready to cooperate with them.
All right. Thank you very much. Numo Blafo is with the Traditional Medicine Practice Council.